Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Go to sleep, ho. Like, after all of the Mercury retrograde mental gymnastics, like, you need some rest. You need some recovery. You need some relaxation. Jupiter is retrograde in your shadow, your ruling planet for Sagittarius suns. And there's just like so much reevaluating your relationship to luck, to faith, what you believe in, how you communicate, how you talk to yourself, your philosophies, what you want to study, how to take things to the next level, where you want to travel, all the things. Go to sleep. Give yourself some rest. Can you do that? Because I feel like grab your essentials. We got shit to talk about. What's up, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Capricorn season 2024. Baby, welcome to winter. Happy winter solstice. Welcome to the darkest part of the year, darling. But there's still so much sunshine. There's still so much light to be found amidst the dark. Hydrate, light it if you need it, because I'm ready to dive in and create a safe space for my benevolent ancestors. Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for all that you've done, all you're going to do. Welcoming in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, and thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages. For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, it's cold as fuck where I'm at right now, so don't mind my robe inception. I have 3 layers on currently. But when I lean into your energy, I do feel like there is a tiredness. There is something about like what's going on with your relationship to sleep, to rest, to relaxation, to recovery. Are you burning yourself out? You know, Mercury retrograde in your sign, I feel like was fucking exhausting on top of having the full moon in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, and you know, Jupiter being retrograde. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. And I hope that you had a happy birthday and whatnot, but don't forget self-care. Don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't forget to nurture yourself. Be sure to check out that Capricorn season astrology video that has all the important astrological transit dates that you need to know about. But I'm ready to dive in. About to dive in. And asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Capricorn season 2024, baby. Okay, first thing, yeah, I told you go to sleep, ho. The Nine of Wands reversed. This is the soldier home from war. It's just been a lot. I feel like there's been almost like a confinement of your physical, spiritual, sexual energy, and really needing to figure out the 6 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. What do you need to turn your back on? What do you need to be done with? What is stressing you out? What do you need to turn away from so you can start to move towards harmony in the realm of the mind? There may be someone with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements that you're feeling confined or restricted about. But first thing to be clarified on the Selenite throne for Capricorn season 2024, what do you need to be done with? What aspects of yourself are you done with? What's going on with your mental health? What's going on with your mental health habits? What's going on with your spiritual practices? What's going on with your faith? What's going on with all the resources that are available to you that you're probably not taking advantage of? What's going on with your relationship to this other person with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements? What's going on with grounding? I feel like there's just lots of questions. There's something, and that makes sense. Your ruling planet is retrograde. Mercury was retrograde in your sign. That full moon was intense. And there's just lots of reevaluation, lots of questioning yourself, lots of questioning other people. But I do feel like there's something about a restriction or a confinement, or not feeling like you're as free as you want to be, possibly. Feeling ungrounded, possibly feeling untethered. It feels like it's really important to get more grounding more consistently, and to also figure out who can you rely on, who can you lean on. um what is it that you're pursuing? What are you putting your energy into, and why? And is it bearing the fruit that you actually want? Like, what's really going on? Please continue for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Capricorn season 2024. I feel like it's time to conserve your energy. Seven of Swords reversed. If you out here doing shady shit, it will come back to you. Be careful. Be careful with shady shit, especially if it involves somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements. There could just be something about the ending of a betrayal, or the ending of a thought process that has been stealing from you. But just keep in mind, you reap what you sow. So just be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. With the Seven of Swords reversed, I feel like there could be just something about like clinging to a betrayal, being motivated by a betrayal or a wrongdoing, and something, a mindset or a thought process or a perspective that you hold has been leading you to indecision or vacillation or going back and forth. Um, are there certain parts of yourself that you're rejecting? Um, and who, like, is someone being indecisive about you? If is someone, like, being weird or having shady behavior? Or do you need to cut this person off? Are they going to cut you off? Like, there's lots of like questions around shady behavior, or betrayals, or deceit, or feeling taken advantage of in some sort of way. The Seven of Swords, he's holding five swords, which is indicative of the Five of Swords. Hydrate. And I just feel like, if you look at this, it's interesting. Both of these cards have, like, at the top of them, from this perspective, there's like, you look at the feet first. So there may be somebody with Pisces placements that's still playing a role in your life, but I feel like there's just something about watch where you step. Watch what you're doing. Watch, like, be careful, get grounded. Don't just be out here doing shit all willy-nilly. It's time to get more intentional about what it is that you're doing and who you're doing it with. It's time to get more intentional about who you're spending time with, who you're inviting into your space. I feel like if something feels off, it is. And that offness may be you, but there's just something about, like, just be careful. Just be careful. Do your research. Don't, like, the fly by the seat of your pants thing. This is not the season for that. Capricorn season is about power and authority and the opportunity to advance your career, the opportunity to, like, get to this new mountaintop. And if you are letting yourself be goal oriented, whatever the mission is, whatever the goal is, that needs to be where your energy is going towards, not the bullshit. This is a season for focus. The whole point is, like, we're preparing for winter, like, that we're preparing for, like, what resources do you need to collect for hibernation? Like, what resources do you need to conserve? What resources need to be gathered? What and are you, letting yourself really focus on preparation? There's something about preparing for the life that you want, preparing for your future, ultimately. The Emperor reversed at the center of the reading. This could be like flare-ups of anger. There could be also someone with Aries or Scorpio placements that is not acting right. There could be conflict with your father or conflict with just masculinity. There could just be just these like old wounds that are resurfacing. You may be finding yourself like, are you being a tyrant? Is someone being a tyrant to you? Is there issues with like control? Is someone being controlling with you? Are you being controlling? um some of you, there could be just something about like the health of your father or your connection to the father that needs to be really reevaluated in some sort of way. Um, for those of you who are having dating issues or struggling, I feel like you are thinking that the people that you're pulling are the issue, but the root is actually your connection to masculinity, your connection to control, your connection to your father. Ultimately, I feel like a lot of you are like, why do I keep doing the same thing or having the same issue with a different face? Why do I keep going through this? And you're needing to peel back the layers of your connection to your father, which was your first example of like masculine love. And this is regardless of if you date men or women. There's just something here I feel like about a father wound that needs to be unpacked, or someone with Aries or Scorpio placements that has left a mark or has really drudged up some anger. Because I feel like you're being asked to like man the ship, or like, really like, what is the plan? There's also something here with like what's going on with your relationship to structure and discipline. Can you create a plan? Can you stick to it? There's some issue there, and I feel like Capricorn season is going to expose that. For the center of the reading to be the Emperor reversed, I feel like there's stuff with anger, there's stuff with a lack of control, there's stuff with armor, another card where the feet are at the top, and it's just like feeling ungrounded, feeling like you can't find your footing in some sort of way. There could be bouts of anger that come up. This could be a father-in-law, a paternal figure, someone on the father's bloodline that you may be struggling with. There could just be issues with like control, or like, also, I mean, ultimately, this is Aries. This is Mars. Mars is currently retrograde in Leo. So it's time to reevaluate, what is your relationship to your drive? What's your relationship? What's going on with your motivation? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling drained? What's going on with your concept of like how you move towards love, how you move towards romance? What's going on with your like how you interact with children? Do you want children? Do you not? Your delights, your self-expression. But Mars is Aries, and Aries is the sign of I am. And so there could just be something going on with like a little bit of an identity crisis, or a little bit of like issues with your self-image, possibly. um Chiron goes direct in Aries, and I do feel like, in this season, watch that Capricorn astrology video. But there's something there around your perspective. 3 of the 5, cards that will be out are reversed, and that makes sense with the retrogrades that you're dealing with. But this is just a deep season of reevaluation, and I feel like your season was already a lot of reevaluation, but you may have been kind of la to it. And so now Capricorn is going to get that ass and like, yo, we got to process this. We have to process this information. We have to get to the root of what's actually going on, and what we're actually allowing, and what we're willing to accept, and what we're, is there some worthiness or some identity issue that needs to be evaluated in regards to this. This didn't fall out. It just kind of flipped over. It was the King of Swords. So there may be somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements playing a role, or being mean, or being sharp, or being cold, or not being as warm as you want. The Magician and then the 8 of Pentacles are the final 2 cards. With the Magician coming out, this, for oddly, I don't always associate the Magician with this, but this feels like a liar is in your midst, like a liar or a trickster. But I will say, coming out next to the Emperor reverse, there could just be something around like, what have you learned about yourself lately? You know, the Emperor is about I am, it's about consciousness, your self image. And like, the Magician is like, the Magician gets shit done. The Magician is Mercury. Mercury was retrograde in your sign. He's now direct. He leaves January 8th. But there is something going on where like Mercury's going to leave you with a gift of having a deeper understanding of what it is that you need to work on, what it is you need to be putting your energy into, making sure that you're not so caught up in the past that you don't realize what's going on in the future, or not okay, making sure you're not so caught up in the past that you're ignoring what is happening in the present or what's being presented to you in the present, that there is like love and connection and connectivity that wants to come in. But there's something here around like, what have you learned about yourself lately, and what skills or talents or gifts do you need to develop? What needs to be put into work? What do you need to try again at? What do you need to work on? There may be somebody with Gemini, Virgo, or Sagittarius placements, that's going to bring in some aha moments. There may be somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements inspiring you to get to work. I am excited to clarify this over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Over there, me and the Ethical Cult are going to clarify all these cards. There's all kinds of astrological content. There's a tier for daily readings as well, so go check that out, patreon.com/JustJEverything. But for you cheap bitches who want free shit, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything, TikTok at JustJEverything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. Over there you can book a session with me. Hydrate. All the links are in the description box below, so check that out. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. And so I do feel like there is this new foundation in the realm of your emotions, in the realm of your spirituality, in the realm of your creativity that needs to be focused on, so that you're not so focused on the past. That King of Swords that wanted to pop out, I do feel like there's something about, it may involve somebody with Gemini or Libra or Aquarius placements. Do you want to deal with somebody that's that sterile, that's that cold? There could just be something about the divine is really asking you to get more masterful with your mind, not just your spirit, not just going for it and seeing what happens. It's time to be more calculated. It's time to be more intentional. It's time to really figure out what's going on with your perspective. Now, two major arcana out, the Emperor reversed and the Magician, and that's like the center of Capricorn season. I feel like could bring on bouts of anger, could bring on some confrontation. There could be a really important conversation that you're needing to have with a paternal figure, a boss, an authority. You need to keep your cool. You don't need to go off on anybody. You don't need to do the Sagittarius thing and be blunt. And be careful of being blunt and hurting people's feelings. But also learning how to keep your cool, learning how to be charming, how to talk to people. There may be someone in your life that's quite charming, someone that like knows what to say, but I just feel like this Magician energy doesn't feel trustworthy to me. And I don't always get that vibe from the Magician, but I do this time. And so there could just be something about like, be careful whose basket you're putting your eggs in. There could be a confrontation or an important conversation that you need to have with someone with Gemini, Virgo, Aries, or Scorpio placements. There could be like a reaching out or asking, or like, I don't know why I'm getting like, some of you may be going through something where like, I'm coming to you as a woman, that kind of shit. Someone may be bringing you that energy, or you're bringing that energy to somebody else. I say a lot of you, but flip it. There is something around the way you talk, the way you think, the way that you communicate, the way that you communicate with yourself. I feel like your internal self-talk needs to be reevaluated. And what makes you feel like magic? What makes you feel like, what's that thing that lights you the fuck up? It's time to really put more time, energy, and effort into that. Don't be afraid to try something again. Don't be afraid to like really put the elbow grease, the blood, sweat, and tears into whatever it is that you're trying to build. It feels like head down, nose to the grindstone. It's important to get to work, and it's Capricorn season. I feel like you guys have a clear concept, or some of you have a clear concept of what it is you want to build, where it is that you want to go, and it requires your attention and your energy and your effort. And so you got to get really, really clear. All this looks like is you got to get clear what your values are. You got to get clear what your priorities are so that you can make it happen. So there may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements that is a bit flipped around, or is not, like, you're not seeing them clearly. They're not seeing you clearly. There could be just an issue as far as like feeling confined in that relationship, or feeling confined or ungrounded in that connection. There may be somebody with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements that I do think that they're like, watch, pay attention. There could just be some shit is off. I feel like that's the thing. Like, there's just some shit off this season. And I feel like you may be questioning a lot of other people about that offness when you're really being asked to question yourself. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? And what do you expect it to get you? And what's going on with your business plans? What's going on with like what it is you're trying to create? And it's time to put more energy into the hustle, into the grind, into creating this possible empire, or whatever it is that you're wanting to generate or create for yourself. But the sooner that you put energy into that, like, it's almost like it's time for you to figure out, do you want to keep doing what you're doing? If you keep doing what you're doing, it's going to take you somewhere, but is it going to take you to your desired trajectory? But what is your desired trajectory? Where is it that you really want to go? What is it that you really want to generate? Sorry, I gotta figure out what the fuck that sound was. Jillian Elizabeth. Look at me fucking shit up for myself. Trying to be nosy. Hold, please. Anyway. No court cards, two major arcana. This father figure, or this hyper masculine energy, or this person with like anger issues, I feel like if it's somebody else, you need to establish a boundary. If you find yourself being, you're the one with the anger issues, or you're the one with the control issues, it's time to establish a boundary. It's time to get clear about what you're communicating and what you're putting out there. And that will require effort, energy, and work. I feel like there are some things that have the ability to really make you mad, or really make you question yourself this season. And I heard take the L. Like, there could just be like, okay, this is what it is. Thank you for showing me who you are. Like, this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. This is how this is. And the sooner that you let yourself see the reality of a situation, the sooner that your heart can open up to the right situation, and to the right people, and to the right connections, in the right direction. There may be somebody with Gemini or Virgo placements that I feel like is pissing you off. This could be a coworker. This could be somebody that you are collaborating with. It could be somebody that's pissing you off or annoying you. And I feel like some of you, it's time to like turn your back on this Gemini or this Virgo. Trying to work with them, trying to like make this a thing, trying to keep up with the Joneses, or trying to keep up the illusion of the friendship or the connection. Whatever it is, I feel like there's some stuff that gets said that shows you who people are. And when people show you who they are, believe them. I'm ready to clarify this. I hope to see you over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. All the links are in the description box below, so check it out. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.